Hi, I'm Aaliyah Woods, co-founder and farm manager for CommonWealth Urban Farms. This is our beginning gardener video series designed to help you have a successful garden even if you've never planted a seed in your life. Today's topic is sunflowers, but first let's check our previous plantings. So, our sun gold tomato, just beautiful. We're going to nudge the branches back into the cage. And we definitely have sun gold tomatoes ready to harvest. There's a handful of them right down here. Let's get all those branches back in. It's amazing how quickly it grows. And yeah, here's some tomatoes. Look at those. Yum! Here's our pepper plants. We've got peppers coming on. So this one is the giant red Marconi. They're not giant and red yet, but they're on their way. And the shishito, there's some little shishitos. Yeah, they're starting to form here too. And more flowers, more peppers coming. Our herb bed right here, the purple basil, parsley, and dill. Very nice. The dill is flowering, has such a pretty flower on it. And over here we've got basil and chard. I should cut that chard this week, pop it in a stir fry. And if you're wondering, that beautiful pink flower is yarrow, a perennial, a great flower to have in the landscape. These have grown so much just in 1 week's time. Last week the hyacinth bean wasn't quite ready to start climbing up the trellis, and now it's already started doing it. But I want it over here instead of in the middle, so I'm going to redirect it and give it a little guidance. Let it climb right there. And this other hyacinth bean is ready to climb up this side. There you go. And our Armenian cucumber will help it up just the next level on the trellis. Flowers, cucumbers coming soon. The sweet potato plants are growing nicely. They're really starting to vine. And then our okra over here, beautiful. It's getting taller and bigger. I went ahead and mulched this area. Mulch is the single easiest way to reduce the amount of weeding that you need to do. It won't entirely eliminate weeds, but it really helps. The thicker, the better. All right, sunflowers. There are so many different varieties of sunflowers and so many different reasons to grow them. You can grow sunflowers for the seeds, roast them and eat them. You can grow sunflowers as a bright, cheerful addition to the landscape, or as cut flowers to brighten up the inside of your home, or take advantage of their height and grow them as a living fence or shade structure. This giant sunflower is called, appropriately, Titan. It's supposed to get 12 to 14 feet tall. I haven't grown this variety before, so we'll find out. It's a great one to grow if you want to harvest and eat sunflower seeds, because the seeds, as well as the plant, are extra large. We're going to plant it here. We've got kind of a wild spot on the south side of the porch. We're going to plant it here for a bit of a windbreak, as well as just something fun and pretty to look at every morning. I have some sunflowers that I started in pots. You can also plant them from seed. In this case, this one is a double. We're going to snip off that extra one, because we want each sunflower to have enough room to grow fully. So first off, I'm going to just dig a hole right here, loosen up the dirt, add a bit of compost, and then we'll pop one in. Just give it a little nudge on the bottom of the pot. I'm going to tease out the roots just a tiny bit. Now with sunflowers, you can plant them a little deeper than what they actually grew in the pot. In this case, these seedlings got a little too tall. It would have been better to have planted them a little sooner, but they sure did grow fast. So I'm going to give it just a little bit deeper planting for support. Now some mulch. And there we go. We'll give it some water now. And it's all set. I think I'll do 3 of these in a row. This This variety is called Dwarf Sunspot. Dwarf sunflowers are really fun. They're short and just cute. We're going to plant a row of these in front of the herb bed right close to the street to show them off. This particular variety of sunflower gets to be about maybe 2.5 feet tall. If you plant it in a container, it will be shorter and smaller. If you plant it outside where it has more room to grow in the ground, it will get a little bit bigger. That's true for most dwarf sunflowers and really plants in general. So we're gonna just push we've got some wood chips here for mulch. We're just gonna push the wood chips aside, make a little hole, grab some compost. Some compost in. Now I've planted these sunflowers in peat pots. In theory, the peat pots will decompose once we put them in the ground. In reality, they don't always do that quite as perfectly as I would like. So I'm gonna just peel off a little bit. And I've also made sure that before I plant, it's really, really wet. That will help with the decomposition process. Now we're just gonna pop it in there and put some dirt around it. Top it off with some mulch and water it in. There we go. Our last sunflower for this morning is Autumn Beauty, one of my most favorite sunflowers. Autumn Beauty is a tall sunflower with lots of side branches, so you get lots of flowers. It's a real workhorse of a sunflower. Gives you lots of production. Really, really pretty. I've got a hole dug here, heavy red clay. I'm gonna toss in some compost. Sunflowers are a good choice of what to plant when you have a soil that is less than ideal. Sunflowers are pretty forgiving, pretty resilient. So we're gonna put it in there. I'm planting it again a little deeper than it was in the pot because it's gotten kind of tall and leggy, so it could use the extra support as it acclimates to its new home. Some sunflowers have been bred to be pollen-free. Autumn Beauty is not one of those. It has pollen, so that's great for bee forage. And of course, the birds love the sunflower seeds as well. So add some compost, put some mulch around it. I'll bring some more mulch later and give it quite a bit more mulch, water it in, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching. See you next week.